Alright, welcome back to another video. Yes, so last one ended rather abruptly. We are gonna try to make quicker, shorter videos. I know I say this a lot, but if we break them down more, maybe it's easier for you to follow along, because I noticed there's a lot of questions, and also these stuff are quite complicated. But it's also better for me to make short videos, because if I make an error or if there's like some issue with the video formatting or sounds or something, I don't have to remake an entire 40-minute video. It's easier for me if they are also around between 10-20 minutes. And also I noticed, like, yeah, I get chipmunk voice in this mic every now and then. So anyway, there's another issue here. We have our item, it's equipped, I drop it, it disappears, but it's still here. Also, it's still here. Also, I have it in my head, I drop it, it's still in my head. So we need to fix that. And the same with the weapon as well. And this was actually a comment, so very nice of you to just, whenever you find errors, just post them and I'll deal with them. Most of them I already know, but still, it's just good to have them, because then I can just check the comments and see what I've missed and stuff. So anyway, yeah, let's fix this. So there are two ways to handle this. Logically, maybe if we have the item on our armor, it's not going to be in our inventory, because the inventory mostly represents like a backpack or something. So we need to find a way to deal with that. I guess in the inventory slot probably have like a equip function. No, we have this mouse on drop, right? Exactly. So we have this set consumable, set weapon, set armor. So when we do this, we should also remove the item from the inventory. It's probably the best way to do it. Not sure where those are from. So in the inventory slot here, I do have drop item, right? Don't I? Let's see. So I have this drop item. I have this remove item even, look, perfect. So in the inventory component, so here, and do I have a reference to the component? No. So from the inventory slot, get owning player pawn, get component, get component by class. We want to get our inventory component. And we just found this drop item. So that's what we want to call. No, not drop, remove item. Okay. Remove f underscore remove item. This one. So we made this one to be able to consume items. So like when we eat something or when we drink a health potion, we consume the item. So this makes it so that we don't spawn it in the world. And that's entirely correct, because we don't want to spawn it in the world, we want to spawn it on the character. So call that from here. We don't need this out of stock variable. We just want to get the held item here also. Actually, we don't need these even. Can just do like this. Because this is only one. It's the same function, and we're always calling the held item. So let's see if that works. Did not work. Okay, actually it does work, but we are not updating, so we need to do that. Let me just see. Okay, so in our inventory component, when we, for instance, say we are using a consumable slot, we are updating the inventory with these two variables. This is our update function, because we don't have an update function in the inventory, right? Collapse function. And we're gonna call them f update inventory. Basically just hides and show the inventory, but makes it a little bit cleaner. We don't need to call this from here because we are calling the remove item here, and we're just gonna call it in the remove item instead. After we removed it. So since we're calling it here, that means where was I before? What was I doing before? On drop, that's where I was, right? Exactly. So before, this didn't update before on the on drop function, but since we now added this update, it should. So let's see if that works. There we go. It works, but now it's not setting it there because why is that? Do I use this owning inventory? Yeah, I definitely am. I don't think it's necessary, but I probably should plug in the owning inventory here anyway. So I'm gonna do that. Now, Okay, so when we dropped the item, you can see in the inventory slot on drop, we set armor. But we don't update inventory. So let's see if that works. Just gonna see in the show inventory. Okay. I think we have too many of these functions that do approximately the same thing. So this show inventory only updates a part of it, but when we open it, so when we wait, show inventory there also. Does it happen too fast? It does work, but it does not update. Why is that? No, not show inventory. I can just see. I'm just gonna see if it is because it's too quick. No, that's weird. Show inventory. I think I need to set this here instead of here. So in the inventory, yeah, okay, that's why. But we are calling the update function here. So we create the inventory. We are calling the update function. We should clear all of the children. Should actually get these, which we just set. So we set the armor. What happens if I do like this then? I feel like it should update from the function there, but that's weird. Let me pause. I'm gonna figure it out. Alright, after many hours of searching, no, not many hours, but a way too long time searching, I realize I think we have a fundamental error. Not a fundamental error, but in the beginning of this video I removed the inputs here, and I think those are actually the ones that we need. So we're gonna put them back. and we're gonna try, and then I'll just delete this video if it doesn't work and forget this ever happened. So so let's just go back. Okay, so this might be confusing for you now, and I mean it's just gonna get more and more confusing because we're getting more and more stuff all the time, so just try your best to keep up. But anyway, so what I did was, there's an update function here where we update the specific inventory slot. We don't need that because in this update function we update the slots anyway. So what you're gonna do is, after these, you're gonna remove the held item from the inventory by getting the owning player pawn and getting the inventory component. Then you're gonna get the owning inventory, which is this variable that we already have. And we are going to call this update function that we changed in the beginning of the video. So you're gonna drag in from all of these, you're gonna drag in the weapon slot, which is this one, and we're gonna call it weapon slot again. We're gonna call this one armor slot, and the last one is gonna be consumable slot. We're gonna leave the inventory there because I think that's fine actually. I think the inventory one is fine, for now at least. So in the inventory component, when we show inventory, we now need to plug these in here. So we're gonna get the, and once again, we already had this before. So in our show inventory function, in our inventory component, we're gonna get the equipped weapon, equipped armor, and equipped consumable. By default, they are set to this holder item. And I think that should work, right? No, actually, and in the inventory slot, we can't do it like this. We're gonna actually, we're gonna take this piece of code where we remove the held item from the inventory. We're gonna put that here. So we only need to do that once. And this is gonna be a little bit different for each. So we need to get this, and get this 3 times. Plug those in there. So if it is the consumable, then we'll plug in the held item to be the new consumable. If it is the weapon, we're gonna plug in the held item to the weapon. And if it is the armor, we're gonna plug the held item into the armor. We can't leave the other ones empty, so we need to go to the inventory component again, and we need to get weapon, get equipped weapon, and get equipped armor. So weapon, armor. For this one, we need to get armor and consumable. So get consumable. So we're gonna get the consumable, we're gonna get the armor. And for the last one, we're gonna get the weapon and the consumable slot. I really hope my mic works now, otherwise I'm gonna be mad. we're gonna get the weapon and consumable slot. So the consumable and the weapon. Right. And let's just pray to anybody we can that it's working now. And it is working. You can see it now disappeared from these. So we can now equip the weapon there, it disappears. Can equip it there, it disappears. And we now have sword, and if we go here we can see that it's still replicating. Let me just try that one more time to make sure that it's actually working. We get this one, we assign it, it seems to be working, and it seems to be working, and it seems to be working very well. Awesome. And this part works. We already are at 20 minutes, so in the next video I think I'm gonna fix this. So we have the sword equipped. When I drop it, it should also leave the body and the slot as well. Alright, that's gonna be it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Actually, almost, before I forget, this is gonna cause us to get errors again, so or am I lying to you? Inventory components, inventory designer, no. Yeah, in the event graph, when we have these buttons, these might cause errors. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, so these are all causing errors, so you need to plug them in here as well. You need to get the play pawn, the component, and you need to get weapon. Actually, I'm just gonna do this: get weapon, get equipped armor, get consumable. I'm just gonna plug them in here. And we are gonna collapse this to a function, call it f f button press update, f category press update. No, update when category button pressed. And we're just gonna put it here. Drag that one through. So you can now see that it's gonna be easier. So this will be the MISC. That way you don't have to plug it into everyone, all of them. This is gonna be all, which is gonna be none. This is gonna be the weapon. And this is gonna be the consumable. And the final one is something else, armor. All right. Ooh, that's a long save. That's scary. Crash. That does not look good. Okay. just gonna see if it works. Armor equipped. And you can see that we can now still use the buttons. And we don't get any errors. Perfect. So that's gonna be it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Peace out.